Hello everybody, I am back today and it is snowing. We had a dusting a couple of weeks ago, but today we're getting measurable snow. It's been snowing all day, not so crazy heavy that it would cause problems if you're trying to drive anywhere, but it definitely is snowing. So I took some pictures about half an hour ago outside because it was about, well, maybe half an hour to an hour ago, probably an hour ago. It was about 3 o'clock. I knew it was going to start getting dark here pretty quickly, so I wanted to get the photos taken before it got too dark to take it. And so I think, predicted somewhere between 1 and 3 inches. I'm guessing we have an inch now. So anyway, so that's my story today, is I'm scrapping the snow. I knew it was coming, and I'm happy to do the scrapping of that. So here is yesterday's page. I have a 4x6 pocket and 2 3x4 pockets. To change things up, I've been putting in these pages, a lot of my photos in the top. What I wanted to do here is do something just a little bit different so that I had them in the top and the bottom both. So I have this, I've been using a lot of these white acrylic pieces, and I have this piece that I love. I also have some wood veneers, although that's really too big, and so is this. And one of the things about this is these pictures are very dark and very gray. It was late in the afternoon. It's been snowing all day. They're not adding a lot of color here. So I think I'm not going to use my wood. As much as I love it and really want to get some of that on my pages, I think this is not the time to do it. Now, I obviously want to back this with something. I'm thinking maybe I could do this December documented here. And that pretty much disappears right into the card. I'm going to probably journal on a label or something. And I don't think I love that because it's a little bit too much. One other idea I had for snow pictures was I pulled my little 4-inch doilies here. I think if I use that, though, like even on this, it's going to obscure part of my neighbor's house. And probably too much. This would be a cute idea if I really just wanted to show this part of my photograph, just to give you a little idea. Now, I also could do it so that it would fall across the whole upper area up here. It's too big, but I could do that so it would be basically across, or I could do it so that in this particular case, it's probably 3/4 of the way across here, and do it that way, which is kind of interesting. I've never done anything like that in my December daily, so that could be like a new thing. So these doilies are from Wilton, by the way. The other thing I did pull is I pulled some pattern paper, and this pattern paper, now that I'm looking at this, I really, really like this. I'm not sure if this and this and this will all work because it seems like a lot, but let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, and this comes from the Good Cheer collection, which was Ellie Studios 2014 collection. I have a few pieces of that paper left because I won a big package from them after Christmas. So I used part of it last year, but not all of it. So I'm just going to cut this. You've seen me do this before. Cut it so that it works going through here. Okay, so now we've got that, and I'm going to just, since I have this cut so perfectly, I think I'm going to stick these two cards together. Okay, and now we can decide what we want to do for this pocket. So do I want to do that doily and then the snowflake, or just the snowflake? I think I'm going to do the doily and the snowflake, although this doily is a little bit wrecked here. So what I'm going to do, and I do want some of this to show, some of this paper behind to show. So I'm going to just put a little bit of ATG on here. And this is how I usually do this with my doilies, and then I just cut the doily off the side of whatever I'm doing. That's true about scrapbook pages, it's true here. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I think this, and then as I was starting this video, I saw this little jewel here in this blue. And I like that. So I'm going to add that at the end to this. Now this is going to be a little tricky because it's really narrow. So I'm really going to have to kind of watch what I'm doing here. And I might want to come back and get some more on here towards some of the edges, which is I think what I'm going to do. Let's get some of these edges here, just so that it doesn't come off, because you know these books get handled and bent. I am positioning my photograph to the left side here, just because I think that line here is leading you sort of towards the photo. But I think it kind of could have gone either way here, that it could have been this side as well, because it's in, but I think the lightness of this made me want to put it into the other spot. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this towards me a little bit so I can line this up, and I need to get it so it sits on the pocket, and I'm going to want, I think I don't want it straight up and down yet. I'm going to put it a little bit off centered here, and I guess maybe we'll put it right in the middle. Okay, so that's done now. And this little jewel came from a Crate Paper ephemera pack. I think it was Oh Darling. And they kept falling out, so I just put them in this little, I keep this little dish next to my desk of odds and ends things, so it was just in here, or things that when I get to it, I can put it back if I see it. So, all right. Oh, I am loving that pocket. So that pocket is done. I like how this is just a little something different. I don't have anything like this in any of my other pockets in any of my other years. So that's cool. And I have my enamel hearts from yesterday's layout stuck. Okay, so there we go. That one's all done. And now that I think about this, this really probably needs to go on the outside. I may be too late to do that. We'll see. I'm going to be really careful here. This is the place where it's going to be the worst. Oh, and I got it. What it's doing is it's so big, it's picking the whole pocket up, and I wasn't liking that just as I was looking at it. So let's change that, and let's put this on the outside. Okay, I like the way that looks. That turned out great. Okay, then I have this 4x6 card here, and then, or 4x6 photo, and then that photo there. Now, I did pull out a bunch of my die cuts that I have sitting here, and I have a couple of things. One of the funny things is I was in my PJs until pretty late, but I am out of them now. I'm gonna have to go clear my satellite dish off. So that's kind of nice that little winter is here, although this is so white down here that maybe I could do winter is here up here. And the reason I like the idea of doing this is because we have had a really beautiful long fall, and this is our first like winter weather. So I have that winter is here. And I do need something to journal on. So this says Winter Wonderland. I don't really like that. I think that takes up too much of the paper. Here's just a little tiny label here. having a problem here because I think it's taking up too much of those spaces there. Oh, I have this, which could be interesting. You know, and this is a view I see in my backyard a lot. Here's one that says, enjoy these moments. And I think I like that idea the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten this edge right here. And flag this right across here like this. I keep forgetting, by the way, to put the numbers on until after I'm done. I noticed that yesterday. I forgot to put a number on, so I have to try to remember that today. So now that I'm thinking about it, I like this winter is here, but now where does my number go if I do this? Because, oh, and I love the winter is here thing. Now what I could do, I just realized this, is you see this little piece that was sticking up from yesterday? I could, and I think I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to just do that right now because I like it. I could back this with maybe that snowflake paper, and then I could put the number on that with some really tiny letter stickers. And I'm just realizing I really don't have a place to journal on this page. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my journaling pen here, and I'm going to grab my gray Chamel pen, and hopefully this will behave itself. But I think, and I'm laughing because I went to refer back to yesterday's date, and I wrote the wrong date on there by like a lot. So I just wanted to confirm it is 12/4. So I'm going to write 12/4/16. And really, I took more photos than these. I might, just like yesterday where I'm going to actually make a page with more of the photos, I might actually do that on this one. And I'm not liking the gray, so I'm going to come back and do it in black. It's not dark enough. And really, this story basically is it was our first snow. So I'm okay with not a ton of journaling on here. And then here's this piece. You know, I suppose I could take a little bit of that, but that seems like a shame for something so simple. So let's just, I'm going to cut this little snowflake here. And I did not cut it wide enough. Okay, let's redo here. Grab a bigger piece of paper here, and we'll hope I get it right this time. I have some idea that I'm getting this on here like right. Not the easiest thing to, oh, there we go. Now I can kind of see, if I hold this up, I can kind of see through the light a little bit where that back of that tab is. Now I didn't intend, when I put this on, I did not intend to put anything on this. So it's kind of a little happy accident that I needed a place to put my date this time. I didn't leave myself very much room there, so. All right. This is not as easy as it looks, folks. obviously I'm having a hard time with it. Maybe if I was using my detail scissors instead of my big honkin' scissors. I'm not as good with the scissors as Shamel is good with hers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut all those little scraps off there. Okay, so now let's get this in here so we see kind of what this looks like when it's all together. And it's mostly hidden there, which I think is okay. And now I kind of wish that this was moved over a little bit because it's lining up a little bit too much with that piece that's right behind it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get myself kind of positioned here. Now I could also put it here so it's more, I'm going to look at how this is going to look. Yeah, that'd be okay if I popped it in there too, I think. Let's see how it looks from the opposite side. So that's the way this is going to look in this pocket. It'll be sticking up kind of in the middle of the page, but that's okay, I guess. I don't like it over there. Let's move it back. It was even with the edge of that arrow and I didn't really like that. Okay, so we have that. And then what I'm going to do, let's make our picture sandwich here. And I don't know that these lined up exactly, but I can afford to lose stuff off of this snow photo here. The story is, it's snowing, and it's our first big measurable snow. I live in Wisconsin, so it's unusual for us to get our first kind of snow this late in the season. Okay, so we have that done, and now I need to find some sort of tiny little numbers that will work here. I'm gonna look at my Jilly Bean Soup numbers here, because yeah, my let's see, are they small enough? No, they are not small enough. So let's see. Okay, so yesterday was day 10. Today is day 11. Let's see if I have any like just black and white, small, tiny type letters. I think I do somewhere. I have these, but I think they're too dark. They'll just call too much attention to themselves with that really dark blue in that background. I know I have tiny numbers. I just have to find them. Oh, that's cute. But there are no numbers on that. Look at that. The one time I really wanted numbers, I didn't have them. Let's hope I have numbers. Oh, and I do. But guess what? I don't have 2 1s. So, I luckily have 2 lowercase l's. And that's what we're going to use. And only you and I will know that that's what this is. And these letters on this sheet are a pain in the neck. I don't even know who these letters were, because these are fairly old, but they're not cut very well, and they constantly leave part of themselves on pages. And I think what I'm going to do is place them a little bit to the side here so you can kind of tell that that's a snowflake sticking out. So, and that's not my favorite thing, but I guess it's a good place to put that, and the more I look at it, the less I think I like the off-centered. So I'm going to put that back in the middle again, and I'll just see parts of the snowflakes here. I guess if I'd had just a blue piece of paper, I could have done it there too. Okay. All right. Well, the cool part is I really didn't have any journaling to do today because it was such a simple layout. So the layout is actually done today. Hope you guys are all well. I hope if it's snowing in your part of the world that you're having fun, and I will see you tomorrow or talk to you tomorrow. Bye.